them in during 4.5 basically.
Another tangent, sorry, which is, so what does this mean for India though? I mean, let's say, if the race, let's assume, India wakes up, or the Ministry of, I don't know, Telecom, if they wake up and telecom or internet IT services, whatever the department is, they wake up tomorrow and they're like, we also have to have similar. So what does that mean? I mean, because just to set some context, maybe my understanding is the Indian models right now are not comparable to global at all, if I'm not wrong. So, and do we have the talent for it? Do we have the compute for it? The build out will obviously take time. So any thoughts on that?
If I look at it very super pragmatically right now, the alternative to everyone training the model. So India probably is one of those very few countries that could even potentially, if we put all our might behind it, might be able to train a model, right? There are lots of other countries that still have like national security importance that will never be able to train a model. I think the out for all of them, and maybe even India, is to essentially also bank on hopefully open source models that everyone can pool and train. So coming to India specifically first, I think the thing that we're bottlenecked on, people say that we're bottlenecked on talent or we're bottlenecked on data. I don't think that's what's bottlenecking for the current generation of models. Maybe if we have to scale this further, that might be the bottleneck. Right now, the bottleneck essentially is having control over our own compute. There are very few data centers, or like the kind of compute that, let's say, OpenAI has at disposal to train a model from scratch is multifold larger than our largest pre-training company, right? So that's what's bottlenecking them. So it's like they have to go rent this compute from Azure, or they have to go rent this from this thing, which is essentially something that the government could do, for example, like essentially either or like, I don't know, if it does create dynamics, figure out how to create really large data centers and make it available for people who want to pre-train their models. And as hard as pre-training is in terms of like figuring out, there are like lots of bags of tricks essentially, but there's a reason why all these model companies, right, like XAI comes in and catches up so quickly to the frontier, or Meta comes in, and even the MuseSpark, which is their new model, is not that far behind GPT-4 or 5, is because it's not that differentiated to like generate, like build a model.
So I disagree. So to push back on that, not really true, right? Because I feel like a lot of the talent that went into XAI and Meta is essentially it's a circle jerk, right? Not circle jerk, but I mean, yeah, it is essentially a circle jerk, right?
It's the same group of people.
It's the same group of people who are circulating these labs.
100% true. And there are lots of secrets that are essentially endemic to Silicon Valley, which makes it like easier to train a model company there for sure. And there's that. But the amount of tricks essentially fit in the heads of 7 or 10 people. From what I understand, like if you get 7 or 10 people from these labs who essentially know how to train a model, you'd be able to train a model.
Sorry, again,
except like this, just on the talent part, it doesn't require, like for example, like I think like the Manhattan Project, for example, required you to collect like 3 orders larger or 2 orders larger magnitude of the world's best mind in very, very different domains. Like you had to have a chemical expert, a radiology expert, a nuclear expert, etc. Versus here, essentially, I think the scope of the problem, until like as it's shaped for the current, and this might change right now, and maybe I'm not talking about how to do R&D. We might not have the talent to do that, but just to like train a GPT-5 class model, etc. Like the bag of tricks is kind of like also out in the open right now. If you look at DeepSeek, etc., a lot of people have been able to like, or Quen, right? They've been able to create like a GPT-5 class model. Again, like even Sarvam, I think, like who has been created their own pre-trained model, is essentially just